Yeah. Grab your tea, take a seat. Let's talk truth and healing. No need to retreat. From heartbreak to triumph, from pain to praise. With Bunky at the table, we're lighting the way. She's walked the road, felt the rain. Still found sunshine through the pain. With every story, a soul set free. This is Tea Time with Bunky, your safe space to be. It's real talk, it's love, it's truth you'll find. With Bunky by your side, you can speak your mind. From the heart of the struggle to the power of grace.
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is message. Hi, Dan. All right.
Welcome to Tea Time with
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is super recent. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I really did. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. Welcome back. For all of those that have missed me. Thank you for reaching out to me. Tea Time with Bunky has been on a hiatus for a couple of months because there were some things that I had to deal with, but we'll get into all of that. So to all of my previous subscribers that have missed me and aren't on now, but I know you'll catch it later, welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I am back. New beginnings, new things. For everybody who's just learning about Tea Time with Bunky now, welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is a safe space where we can have those type of conversations where every voice is heard, be it politics, personal, life-changing, whatever you name it. Tea Time with Bunky is the place to be. You can catch Tea Time with Bunky on Thursdays, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I am not sure yet if I'm going to be doing every Thursday. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure that out. Hey, Lindy. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure, but like I said, I haven't been on in a while. And when I added it up, it was like 6 months, but it doesn't feel that long. And while I was away, things were going on. Life was life. And but before I get into that, I want to get into a couple of things so I don't forget. Everybody that sees me, my pictures or whatever, you know that I am a big fan of the Comfort line, right? I am a big fan. See, there I am in one Comfort. That's the 2-piece black with the zip up hoodie. And then you can have a pullover, different kinds. They're good for anxiety. They're weighted. That's not the travel. I forget which one that is. And there's another picture of me in another one. But you can, if you want to buy it, you can get a 15% discount by using, because yes, I am an ambassador, using the promo code Kanitha 68183. So if you go to the website Comfort, if you're listening to this and you can't see the video, it's COMFRT. Go there. They have the best clothes. Their sweatsuits are amazing. They have blankets, they have socks, they have everything, pajamas, but the sweatsuits are weighted and they're heavy and they're really good for anxiety if you deal with anxiety. Hey, Uncle Mark. So if you deal with anxiety, like these sweatsuits, I'm telling you. So once again, go to the Comfort website, comfort.com, that's COMFRT, and use the promo code Kanitha, that's KENNETHA 68183, and you will get a 15% discount on that. So that's that for that. Okay, the other exciting thing. You guys, if you know me, oh my God, I'm over the moon. I have been waiting for this for 2 years. What is coming out what is coming? Yes, the Michael movie is finally coming out. It's the Michael biopic that is coming out on April 24th. For you guys that, April 24th, the biopic is coming out, and it's the story of Michael's life. I'm so excited. You guys don't understand. The movie is over 2 hours long, and they're working, from what I'm hearing, because it is so much, because Michael's life is so much. There is going to be a part 2, in which they are currently working on. So they're currently working on part 2, but part 1 will be out next Friday. But people like me who love Michael so much, you number one Michael Jackson fans, right? I was determined to see if I could find it earlier. Hey, Sean, see if I could find it earlier. Sure enough, I found it for the 23rd, which is Thursday, hence why there will not be a tea time next week, even though I'm just coming back, because the Michael movie kind of takes precedence for me. Yes, so that's that for that. So I just had to get that out. You guys go, and Uncle Mark, you already know what it is. I am over the moon, all the way over the moon. Michael, my anxiety is, Thursday can't get here quick enough. But anyway, so while I was gone, like I said, I haven't been on social media because I've been dealing with some things, which I'll go into shortly. So I didn't know what was going on in the world, because I couldn't watch the news because it was causing me more anxiety. But while I was out, life has been lifing, right? The world has still been going on. And I was like, okay, well, what's going on? What's going on in the world? Before I went away, though, you had crazy men who wanted to depict himself as this, right? And see, I think what went wrong, was the Catholic Church, because I'm not Catholic. Half of me is, my father's side is. They didn't go in hard enough on this loon for doing this, you see. So he thought it was okay, right? He thought it was okay to do this. And the people in his circle, co-signed it or whatever. Hey, I'm Mary, co-signed it or whatever. So he didn't realize how dangerous he is. This is what narcissists and little babies do. They play these games. So then, he lost his whole ever-loving mind. And then he posts this right here. I was scared for him. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, Lord, look. I said, if anybody can co-sign this, because first of all, there's a special place for him for doing this. The blasphemy is all over this. There's a special place for him. And for the people who tried to get off the screen, and for the people that tried to co-sign it and try to make excuses for this man child, there's a special place right by you for co-signing this. So there's a special place for him, and there's a special place for you if you co-signed it, still trying to make excuses for this clown. A special place for you too. So if I was you, I would try to get it right. I would try to distance myself, because Lord, when the Lord come for that, he coming for that. He coming for that. Oh, Lord, I feel so sorry for him. I do and I don't, because he know what he doing. Whatever. Anyway, so while I was out, I was like, okay, I haven't been on social media. I haven't really been watching the news in like the last 6 months. So what's going on? So I looked it up. So everybody's still divided. With conversations around voting rights, immigration, the economy. People can't afford to live. Gas prices are crazy. It cost me $33 to fill $33 and like 53 cents to fill up my car. And I was not even empty. I was bugging over that. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. So the economy is going crazy. People can't afford food. So you're trying to figure out, how are you going to live? What how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to eat? The economy is going insane. ICE is running rampant, but yet there's these people still out here co-signing them. Y'all still co-signing them until it hits you, but we'll get to that. Then we have the local and state elections, which people are paying more attention to, because you're finally realizing that, okay, as I've been saying during Political Tuesday, you have to pay attention to the close local elections, because those are what affect you. Now people are starting to see, okay, it's starting to hit home. So now they're fighting, arguing, coming for him, but you voted for this clown and put him in office, and he's running like a madman. You got Russia and Ukraine still fighting. Hello, these are his the main monster, yes, my show, I can say what I want to say, that started this is still going on because he has no power and he just thinks he does. We're talking about the man over here, the little baby man, talking about he's going to come in and he's going to stop it. And I guess they showed him, you have no power. You're irrelevant. You don't matter. It cost $76 to fill my Jeep up. Uncle Mark, that's why I said it's time for people to start getting bikes. I'm getting a bike. My gas go up any higher, I am getting a bike. And but I got to be careful when I ride my bike around here because it's a little bit dangerous. So I'll just be getting winter tires on a bike, be riding a bike. Then you have Israel and Gaza fighting. And you have America jumping in with Iran. First of all, that wasn't even our fight. Why are we in this mess? Why? Because, I mean, y'all can say, Bunky, you bugging or whatever. But the world is ending. Hello, it's all scripture. It's scripture. But this Iran war that we're in isn't even ours. The baby man in office got pumped by Israel, and now we fighting a war that ain't even ours. So now we have family members or whatever that's going to be going over to a war fighting, and none of his people or people in the White House families are in this war. I'm with everybody else. Let's send his sons over, and then let's see what happens. But they probably got bone spurs too. So we're dealing with that, the global instability. So we're dealing with that, all this stuff. I was only gone for 6 months, and all this stuff is going on. But what's good is people are prioritizing self-care, boundaries, healing of themselves, protecting. It's a shift towards protecting your peace. You're in a peace. I know that's where I am, protecting my peace. It's sad when podcasts and things like this are becoming the news sources that people are relying on more, because you have this clown saying that the stuff that real reporters are talking about is fake news, and you got these crazy people that's following him, listening to everything he says. We're having more, another good thing is we're having more conversations about identity, relationships, truth telling out louder. All this stuff rolls into what I'm going to be talking about tonight, but I just had to get this out. And like I said, I stepped away for a while, but the world kept spinning. Nothing stopped because I stepped away. Prayers out to the family of Miss Ashley Robinson. Ashley Robinson, the young lady from New Jersey who was found unresponsive in Zimbabwe. She was found unresponsive in Zimbabwe, where her fiance took her there to propose to her, who's a billionaire, whatever, it's mega rich. Of course, they're not looking into it like they're supposed to. And I hate to go there, but she's a young Black woman. He's a white billionaire. He's like 50, she's like 30. He has all this money, but yet he won't even help the family bring her body home. But that's love. Whatever. Okay, so I got all that out of the way. Like, I had to get all that out of the way. So, the topic was I had to step away, but I never let go. I had did my last show. It was for 9/11. That was my last tea time show that I had did. And I was going through some things at that point, but I was kind of lagging, with my show, because just my spirit wasn't right. Just something wasn't right. But I mean, I wasn't even gonna go here, but I had a conversation with someone who means the world to me, and she was like, "Bunk, you got to tell your truth. You got to, let the people know." Because I was like, I got to let them know why I was away, right? I have to let the people know why I was away. So here we go. Here's where it started. Do I got a tissue? Yes. Okay. September 30th, which happens to be my older sister's birthday. September 30th is my older sister, Bunky. Hey, Melissa, is my older sister's birthday, right? And I don't want to tell her age because some people are real funny about their age. But if she's my older sister and I'm going to be 56, hello. Anyway, at 4:58 a.m., I received a call. I looked down because, somebody called you at that time. It better be important. And it was a hospital, and they called me to tell me I mean, they start off like this. Well, we're calling you because you're so and so's primary contact, and it's an emergency, but it's not really an emergency. And I'm looking at my phone. I don't have my glasses on now. I got to get my glasses because I'm like, what do you mean you're calling me at for something? Well, I'm calling to let you know that she's in the hospital. She had a wet stroke, and we're flying her out to Westchester. What? What? But if you're flying her out to Westchester, then it's an emergency. Well, we did a brain scan and there was a lot of blood, but it's really not that bad. What? All right. Okay. All right. So I get off the phone with them. Now I'm scrambling because I don't know what to do. For those that know, okay, you're gonna know it's my mother. So I'm scrambling. I'm like, okay, those that know me know I don't drive. I mean, I drive, but I don't drive distance. I don't drive the city. That's not me. My anxiety just won't allow for that to happen. So my mind, okay, how am I getting to Westchester? They're flying her out to Westchester. It's 4:58 in the morning. Mind you, I just started a new job August 25th, my Uncle Chuck's birthday. I started a brand new job August 25th. This happened September 30th. So, I have no time. But it don't matter. Family first. All right. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get there. I call one uncle. He lets me know he's not going to be in the area. Okay. I don't have time to keep having this conversation. Okay. Hang this up. I reach out to two of my cousins. One of them is at work. She's like, Bunk, don't worry about it. I'm going to get up early. We're going to figure this out. Now, this is the cousin that don't even drive. She don't even got a license. But she's like, Bunk, don't worry about it. We're going to figure this out. And then I'm like, okay, I got to let my family know. I know I'm rambling on, but you need to understand what I went through. Okay. My mom is one of 12. She's one of 12. 1, 2, 3 siblings passed. So there's 9 left. So if you know my family, you can't let one person know without letting the other person know. So I had to instantly create a family group text. Now it's 6:00 in the morning. Family group text. Well, not family, just a sibling group text. Let them know what's going on. My aunt was like, Bunk, I got you. We're going to get you there. Da, 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 da. Now the siblings know. I know they'll let their children know, and we'll go on and on and on. But we get there and we beat the helicopter. How is that possible? How are we there before her? Now, they call me 4:58. They're on their way, Garnet. They're on their way to fly her out to Westchester. We get there by 9. She's still not there. I'm calling. Oh, well, the weather was bad, which it was. The weather was bad, and it wasn't safe to fly out, but she's more stable right now. We're going to drive her out. She's leaving now. Okay. We're waiting. It's now 11 o'clock. Everybody's starving. Me and my cousins go get something to eat. My aunts and uncles that were there were waiting. We're out to eat. My aunt calls me, and she's like, Bunk, your mom is here. I'm like, okay, because now I'm thinking I done spoke to the doctor that she's feeling... Was it then, or was it the second time? Whatever. She's doing better. She's talking to them. She's talking about she wants to go home. She doesn't want to go. I'm like, okay, that sounds about right. So it's safe to go get something to eat. Me and my cousins and my uncle, we go get something to eat. My aunt calls me, Bunk, your mom is here. I'm like, okay, we're done. We're on our way back. Well, no, something's not right. What do you mean something's not right? She's not responding to me. Now, mind you, the doctor, whoever I spoke to, said she was doing better. Like, what do you mean she's not right? Well, she's not responding to me. In my mind, I'm like, oh, well, she's probably just got attitude because she doesn't want to be at the hospital, so she's going to ignore you. No worries. When I get back, she'll respond. Don't worry about it. We're on our way back. So by the time I get there, I get in the room, and I see my mother laying in the bed, and I'm talking to her, and there's no response. I'm like, yo, open your eyes. Stop playing. Basically, stop playing. Like, open your eyes. Stop doing this. And there's no response. So I'm like, all right, I have her hold my hands. Lord, I'm getting ready to cry again. I have her hold my hand. I'm like, Mom, squeeze my hands. Now, this is all the stuff I'm going through. Now, mind you, I'm the one who makes the decisions. This is my mom, like 3rd, 4th stroke. Oh, mind you, that's what a wet stroke is. It's a brain aneurysm. That's what it is. So if you ever hear anybody say so and so had a wet stroke, which was new terminology to me, it's a brain aneurysm. She's not responding, whatever. She's not opening her eyes. She's not doing anything. So now I'm like, yo, this is wild. I'm standing in there with um my Aunt Jay, my Uncle David, my Aunt Linda, my Aunt B, my cousin Shanice, and them were out in the hallway, I believe. And the doctor comes in, and now I'm in the fog because I'm like, yo, what is going on? I just talked to the doctor. Everything was supposed to have been okay. Like, she was okay. This isn't okay. They're telling me now they're talking about they need permission to open up her head and put a drain in, because I'm like, wait. What is going on? And I don't know if anybody's ever felt like they were in a tunnel, like you're in a tunnel and people are talking like your ears are clogged, like I was underwater. Like that's how it was. And like I'm hearing them, but I'm not hearing them. And I'm looking at my aunts and uncles, and they're looking at me because I guess they're realizing I'm not grasping it, and it's starting to become a little bit overwhelming because I had to make the decision if I was gonna allow them to shave my mother's head and open up her head and put a drain in her head to drain some of the blood. And they're like, this is what needs to be done, and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm looking at my aunts and uncles, they're looking at me, and I had to make this decision. So okay, I'm like, all right, do what you gotta do. So they had to do that, and we're out waiting, and there was another procedure that they needed to do. I forgot what procedure this was. And so we went out, my uncles and them went out with me, but it was like we went out, we had to come back in. No, this was no, before that, before all that happened, we were sitting in the hallway while they were prepping or doing whatever, and the main doctor comes out and he's talking to us and he's telling us what's going on. And my uncle my Uncle David, he asked the doctor, well, like basically, how serious is this? Like, basically, really, do people survive this? And normally they don't. So my family is a praying family. We reached out to everybody we know, had people praying all over. And so I gave the okay for that. So now it's time for me to make calls. I had to call my sons, I had to call um I had to my aunts, and everybody was calling me. At this time, my phone was ringing, 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 ringing. I'm in the twilight zone. I couldn't reach my sister. I couldn't reach my sons. My aunts and uncles and them, they were so helpless that my heart went out to them because their heart was going out to me because only I can make these decisions, right? And I don't know if anybody has ever been in a situation where your parent or loved one's life is in your hands. And that's why I decided to share this, even though I didn't know where I was going to go with today. I just knew I just need to tell you guys why I was out so you can understand the severity of why I was out and why I could not be on the show. But I'm calling people and I'm feeling my body start to shake. And my aunts and uncles are like giving me my space because the phone just wouldn't stop ringing. Like the phone, it just kept ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. And it's like they were asking me questions that I couldn't answer. And at that moment, at that time, I really thought, I was like, I don't know if she's going to survive this or whatever. And you have to understand to know my relationship. And this right here, living in the era right now where we're telling our truths, and the support and encouragement of my cousin, my go-to person, tell me, Bunky, you got to tell your truth. You have to tell it what it is, because there are people, and this is going to be a whole nother show. There are people who deal with not having good relationships with family, and I never knew how strong I could be or what I would do or how I would respond if I was ever put in a situation. Never wanted to know, but I never knew what that would be like. And um So we go in after she had the procedure. Of course, I had to tell a nurse off because it wasn't a nurse, it was an aide, because they told me that the procedure was going to take a certain amount of time, and we're over an hour over. And because that's how long it was for me to be answering these calls, and my aunts and my uncles, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, I got your sister's life in my hand. I don't know what to do. I need your help. And they're like, Bunky, this is your call. This is your decision. We're here to support you. But even though I had a whole army around me, my cousins were coming. I never felt more alone in my life. And I wasn't going to cry, but I knew I was going to cry because this is crazy, and somebody needs to know this, because I know somebody has went through or going to go through this. And the hard, hurtful part is when the relationship isn't good. So finally, after I checked this chick, um, yeah, I had to check her. I had to check her. They let us in the room after they did the procedure with my mom. I mean, we didn't even give them a chance to clean her up. So imagine walking in and you're seeing where they got the tubes coming out of her head, and you're seeing the blood and all that stuff, because they didn't even have a chance to clean her up before they did all that. And my uncles and them, they gave me a minute with my mom. And I told her, I said, you're not going out like this. I was like, this relationship will be fixed. I was like, before you leave this earth, this relationship has to be fixed. It can't be like that, because the guilt's on me, because I'm like, I don't know if I did everything to repair my relationship with her. I don't know if it was me. Like, that was my thing. Is it me? I'm the daughter. Is it me? Did I do everything? Whatever, whatever, whatever. And I just don't know. Now, next thing I know, they're talking about breathing tubes. Now she's on life support. Like, it was like we're just going downhill, downhill, downhill. It was just like a domino effect. Um, but we had left before they put the breathing tube and stuff in. We had left because she had come through the surgery and everything. And then I get that call later, but by the time I got home, I'm like stuck, because I called my job and I let my supervisor know what was going on. She was like, I need to take care of what you got to take care of. So I'm home now and I'm stuck. And when I say stuck, I mean, like, by the time I get home, I'm sitting there on my bed, I think for 3 hours before I finally took something to go to sleep. Um, but I knew it was going to continue. It was going to continue. My phone was ringing throughout the night. I had to call my boss the next day. I can't come. My mom is on life support. I go up there, and to see all these tubes and wires, you're seeing tubes and wires everywhere. You don't know what's going on and what's going on. I was there like almost every day as much as I can. My aunt Jay and Alan, my brother, they made sure I got there. My family, when I say they were there for me, they were there for me. And there came a point where I went up there with my youngest son. I brought my youngest son up, and it was his first time seeing her like that. And the doctor pulled me aside, and it was just a look in his face. And he was like, well, we have to have this conversation, basically. And I don't want to have this conversation. And me being in the field that I am, I knew where he was going with this. Have you made any decisions on what you want to do? Is there a DNR in place? I'm like, DNR, DNI, what are we there? He's like, no, we're not there yet. We're not there. And I think it was that night when I came home and I did the video, and I let you all know that I had to take a step away. Now, mind you, I'm still dealing with a new job. I'm dealing with my mom being on life support, and I'm dealing with a new job that was very demanding. And so I was all over the place. I had a friend who would call. He would call like every day almost. And I thank God for him. I'm not gonna say his name on Facebook, on social media, period. He doesn't even do social media. But just the appreciation. Bunky, did you eat? Bunky, did you take care of yourself? Because he knows the dynamics of my relationship with my mom. And I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. Uh, all I could think about was what was best for her. Every step I made, I was getting calls at work from the hospital. I was on the phone all the time with the hospital, having to decide to put in where we're going to put in central A lines and all this stuff while I'm at work. We're going to put in A lines, or we're going to we got to do a G tube. I'm calling my uncles and aunts. Nobody's answering. I call my one cousin, and she's like, "Bunk, you got to do what you got to do." And I'm seeing people with G tubes, some not ever being reversed. I'm not wanting to do that to her. Like every decision I made weighed on me, and it was also that guilt of my relationship with her. And I'm praying, you got to get better. You got to get better. And I'm like, every dime extra I have, I mean, if I'm buying everything, I'm trying to make sure that my mom is comfortable, that she wants for nothing, that everything is in its place while I'm praying for strength and everybody praying for me. So like my tea time family, thank you all so much because you prayed for me and I felt your prayers. I may not have been visibly online, but I felt your prayers and I know you were lifting me up and y'all not even having a clue of what the whole real deal was. Um, she finally starts to get better. We celebrate her birthday. We celebrate her birthday in the hospital, and she slowly starts to get better and everything. And by God's grace, nothing but God's grace and His mercies, that I can say that she's home now. And we had to do the stint with like a nursing home rehab facility, which was a super hard decision for me to make. And before all this happened, like our relationship was like to the point I would be like, if you ever had to go into a nursing home, I wouldn't have a problem putting you in one. Um, because that's how it was really bad. Our relationship was really, really bad. But when it was time for me to make that decision, it was the hardest decision of my life. I honestly say that I didn't sleep. I probably cried all night. I mean, I was crying for the moment she spent Thanksgiving there. She spent um, Christmas there. I think she spent New Year's there. And it was the hardest, darkest time of my life. And here's where the truth comes in now. And I didn't want to do this, but God dog it, I'll be 56 years old and I'm entitled to tell my truth. Um, all the prayers that I prayed to God, I needed Him to show me. I needed the Lord to show me that I wasn't that person that I thought I was. That my feelings weren't what I thought they were. I needed Him to show me that I would be able to step up and do what I needed to do to make sure she was okay. Um, I needed the Lord to show me that. He needed to show me that He couldn't take her until I knew that I gave everything and left it all on the altar. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I gave everything, everything that I had. Everything that I had and everything that I didn't have to make sure that my mother was okay and that she got the best of what I could, being the one making the decisions. Even though I had my uncles and aunts' opinions, because I reached out to them and I let them know, because I'm telling you, I don't know my family. They wild and I ain't want no problems. I ain't want no smoke. So they helped me as much as possible. But then things started getting better for her. Now, mind you, I'm still in this new job. I have not absorbed anything I'm supposed to know because my mind and my heart wasn't there. My mind and my heart was with my mother, as it should be. To today, where we are today, um, my relationship is back to where it was, and that's not good. Um, and for those ladies out there that are watching this or going to watch this down the road, that are going through something with um, a parent, not even just a sibling. But I learned that I was telling everybody that I knew that was going through things with their mother or whatever, a parent, to get it right. Just get it right. Try to get it right because you don't want to be in the situation I'm in. That's was my mindset at that time because of the guilt. The guilt because it happens like that. Everything happens. It happened at 4:58 a.m. is when I got the call. So it happens like that. And to be in a place now where it's like I'm depicted as, just from things that I hear, depicted as the villain hurts so much. And that's why I didn't come back when things started getting better. When things started getting better, I could have come back. I could have come back and restarted tea time or whatever. But my head and my heart wasn't in it. And I couldn't be genuine with you. And tea time is a safe space. Tea time, people that come on here and they tell their story and they're vulnerable and they tell their truths and you can see the pain and the hurt. And I think I've only been like vulnerable once on here where I shared myself. And that was when I talked about my uncle Chuck. The look at this. When I talked about my uncle Chuck was the only time where I showed vulnerability. And this time I was like, Bunk, you got to be real with the people. You got to tell them what's going on. That I'm not perfect. And growing up, I don't know about other families. I know in a lot of Black families, we have a lot of secrets. Nobody tells the truth. And when I started this show, I got a lot of backlash. I did. I got a lot of black backlash because people like, oh, don't tell family business. Don't do this, don't do that. But to tell the truth is a part of self-healing. You know what I'm saying? Self-care, respecting your space, drawing boundaries. I've learned to do that. And that's why I felt like it was all right now for me to come and to tell my story, why tea time has not been on. Um, I don't know where my mindset is. Being away from social media, I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I loved not being a part of social media because I didn't know all the crazy going on because my life was crazy. And to bring other people's crazy into my crazy, it just wasn't gonna work. It was not gonna work. Um, even though me and her relationship isn't what I prayed for it to be. It's hard when people come up to me and I like have to feels like lie when people ask me, um, well, how's your mom doing or what's going on? I'm like, well, she's doing fine. And the thing is, it's according to what I hear. It's only by what I hear because I don't really know because it's just so I'm in a place where I need to protect my peace. I need to protect my peace. Um, I was working a job where I was working 14, 15-hour shifts. Um, then coming home and then hearing things about me that was said about me. It like really hurt. It did. It hurt. And then I started watching the news and the politics and all the craziness going around and watching the lunacy of this man that's in office and all of that. It's just insane. And life was lifing. Life was just too much for me. And I don't know, like for people down the road, when you see this, let me know. Do you want me to continue with Tea Time? I know God gave me this platform, to open. I know why she's calling me, but I can't right now. Gave me this platform for a reason. And why, this call right now that's coming through is very, very important. It's a very important call. But I have to let her know that I have to call her back because life is lifing. And I don't know. I was told I should do a show with daughters and their mothers. well, daughters who have problems with their mothers and can no longer, as they say, fake the funk, fake it like it's everything is okay. Don't get me wrong, I love my mother with everything in me. Love my mother with everything in me. But I can no longer just act like my feelings wasn't hurt, that my life wasn't put on hold. Um, and people will say, oh, well, that's your responsibility. Da, 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 da. But there comes a time when you have to choose you. Um, God is good. God is amazing because she shouldn't be here. She should not be here because what she went through, I'm telling you, if I had went through that and God brought me through that, let me tell you, I'd be the sweetest thing in the world. You know, I try to treat people right. I try to be true to who I am. Um, but God showed me that I have a strength in me. Well, it wasn't my strength, it was God's strength that I was able to do something that I think that I didn't. If you would have asked me 3 days before it happened, would I have been able to handle what I went through? I would have told you no. I would have said no. I I couldn't do it. Um, my decisions in my mind would not have been what I thought they would have been. But God gave me the strength. He gave me the strength to do what I had to do. I was working and running on autopilot. My nerves are still on edge. They're still on edge because you never know what could happen. But for us that are getting older and our parents are still here, I talk about this all the time, the importance of having your affairs in order, have your wishes written down, what you want. Make sure you have your healthcare proxy in place. And make sure the person, if you're the healthcare proxy, I learned this the hard way, make sure you have a copy on file so that when you go to different establishments, different hospitals or places, that you have your healthcare proxy form in place. Um, look into something called a MOLT. I didn't know what that was till my sister, who's in medicine, told me what it was because I just thought it was a DNR paper that was in place. But like a MOLT is something, it's like a DNI, but it travels with you. Um, yeah, you can, it travels with the person. So it's important to have those type of things in place because when you put that responsibility on someone, especially a child, um, even I'm grown, you know, but when you put that responsibility on someone, it's a lot. And it's also, I don't know if I said this, very, if you have someone, if you're going through that, if you have someone in your life, um, it's very important for them to understand that if you're a little standoffish or whatever, it's not intentional. But I'm not in a relationship. So my quiet was quiet. It was extremely quiet. And people would ask, well, Bunky, what do you need? What do you want me to do? Just tell me what you need me to do. I couldn't tell them what I needed from them because I had no idea. I didn't know what I needed them to do for the situation. I didn't know what I needed them to do for me. Um, so to the person who's dealing with someone going through this, or if you're the person that is the friend or whatever to someone going through it, or a family member, just do it. That's all I can say is just do it because they're not going to tell you what they need because they don't know what they need. If you have a partner, maybe the quiet won't be so quiet. Like I was like reaching out, like it was, I was reaching out yet pushing away. If that makes any sense. I think I didn't want to bring anybody into the insanity that was my life at the time, but yet I still needed someone to be there for me. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. But either way, I'm over that period. Thank you, Lord. God is good. Um, keep my mom still in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers overall because there's some things going on health wise that is not my place to get into. Um, pray for each other's families. Um, because we're getting older. A lot of us. I know the people that watch my show, we're all around the same age or maybe a little bit older. So we're all getting older. So that means anything can happen. So it's very important to treat people the way you want to be treated so that there are no regrets. I can honest to God say that right now with my mom, I have absolutely not one regret because I did everything humanly possible that I can do in that situation. Just to have the response that I have now. But it's all right because God is good because I have a clear conscience. There's no regret. God showed me that my heart is what I thought it was. He showed me that I can still treat people better than they treat me or treat people the way I want to be treated. He showed me that. And I thank him so much for that. That's why when I posted that picture of that dude pretending to be Jesus and was like, oh my God, I'm scared for him. You don't do things like that. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, no regret. For any ladies out there that are dealing with the situation, because mother-daughter relationships they're really tricky. Either you have a really good one or you don't. So those that have gone through similar something like what I went through without all the dramatics with it and would love to talk about it, I think I'm going to gather up a panel and we're going to have that conversation. I wasn't ready before to have that conversation because I didn't want to hurt feelings, but it's not about hurting feelings because I'm not bashing anybody and I wouldn't allow anybody to bash anyone. But tea time is a safe space. And sometimes, it is all right to put you first. I'm putting me first. And that's just that for that. So I'm getting ready to end this session. What time is it? It's 7:47. Okay. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being there. Like I said, everybody that sent me messages when it's tea time coming back. I'm praying for you when you're coming back. I appreciate you so much. I do. I appreciate you because who would have thought? Technically, I'm at 4 years now. I started 4 years ago, April 15th, my grandmother's birthday, 4 years ago. So I'm at my 4-year mark. Even though I took a break, Political Tuesdays will be back. Oh, Jesus, Political Tuesdays will be back, which is nuts. It's going to be crazy. Me and Shah are going to be back in the house. Next week, like I said, there will not be a show because where is it? Next week, there won't be a show. Thank you, Jamie. There won't be a show because I will be here. I will be at the premiere of Michael, the biopic. Y'all don't understand. Let me tell you. Look, I talk about Michael and my whole energy changes. I was trying to figure out my outfit forever, and I have narrowed it down to 3. So I'll be doing that next Thursday. So you don't got to worry about coming back. I have the Rec Boys coming on May 7th. Chris and Shad, they still been holding it down. You guys catch them on Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. YouTube and Facebook. In the studio with the Rec Boys, you have DJ Rec Shad, Mr. Catch Rec, everything music, hip hop business. They're the go-tos. Their shows are great. They have hip hop music artists on there. If you're into that, but it's the conversation. It's the conversations that they have. They're funny. They have these games where you have Shad. He is the funny Shad is the funny one. Chris is lightened up a lot. Chris used to be the super serious one. I mean, Wednesday, Chris even spoke about politics. I was like, okay, Mr. Politician, catch wreck. Because he just wouldn't do it. And now he's talking about, I don't know, maybe I might have to have both of them on. That should be interesting on a Political Tuesday. That should be interesting. Yeah, because politics is hitting home, right? Uncle Mark, it's crazy. So, and if you guys have any other stories, like right now, I'm down to open these conversations. We're going back to the basics, going back to the basics, the stories that hit home, um, the stories that are relatable. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. I'm not judging you. Who am I to judge anybody? Like I always say, I got enough issues of my own that I got to answer for. I don't need to answer for yours. So there's no judgment. So if there's any kind of conversation you want to have, feel free to hit me up. I didn't put my link down there, whatever. Tea time with Bunky at gmail.com. Send me an email or shoot me a message on messengers. Bunk, I got this story. I would like to tell it. Safe space. If I can just tell you what I just told you by myself, safe space, no judgment. People are going to get bent out of shape when you're telling your truth. But you know what? That's the only way you're going to heal. And right now, it's about me. It's about me. And I can't keep protecting everybody else's feelings while I'm falling all the way apart. You know, right, Shad? You laugh because I know you almost fell out your chair when Chris started talking politics. I know you did because I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh, snap, it's getting real up in here. So I am going to get ready to end this. Whew, my anxiety is relieved a little bit. I got this over with. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, follow, and subscribe. Send a comment, respond, whether you're watching now or watching later. I will respond back to you because every comment, everything is important to me. You are important to me. It's about building a community. It's about building a community. There's a couple of topics that I want to get into. Got to pray about it because I don't know yet. Because, like I said, I'm going back to basics. We're getting back to the basics, not all the fluff and all that stuff, things that are true to me, the conversations that I want to have, conversations that I know you want to hear. Send me a message. Let's talk about that thing. I appreciate you. I love you. Once again, thank you for your prayers, for your continued support. And make sure you go out there and support Michael the Biopic in a theater near you on Friday, April 23rd, unless you can get a ticket for before. IMAX, it premieres the 22nd. AMC, it premieres on the 23rd. I got my ticket for the 23rd, and I am over the top excited. You'll hear all about, maybe I'll just do a show on that. I don't know. I'll think about it. So I'm going to let you guys go. You have a great night, and I will see you around the way. Remember, like, share, follow, and subscribe. Tell a friend, and tell a friend. Good night, y'all. Appreciate you so much. Smile. Tell someone hello today. You never know how much it'll just change somebody's day. Be kind to one another. Even when you don't feel like it, be kind to somebody. Say a kind word. Night, Shad. You have a good night. I'm out. Deuces, as they say, on In the Studio with the Rec Boys.